Alright, we are at Mount Kisco. My GoPro's up, so we got the GoPro footage running. It is 16:28. It is 4:20 p.m. My PR here is a 34.700. So looking to beat that. Yeah, no one's back here, so my notice gonna go check and so make sure somebody gets back here. There's literally no one, so I'm just kind of waiting. I love this track. It's so physical. Like I need to bring like extra water every time I come here. Same with that English town. But this is just like insane for an indoor track because it used to be a completely different thing. It used to be GPNY, so it's very unique. Like it's all in the dark. There's LED lights, everything like that. So that's super cool. It's such a unique track. And they have a track for Bambinos. Isn't that adorable? It's just like a little oval and they can go zoom around in their tiny little, it's so cute. Anyway, I'm gonna run out of battery, so yeah, I'll see you on track. I'm gonna do a little bit of commentary in this video, not too much, but I'm gonna have to explain something or something happens. Oh, it's gone. I'm not sure if it's just me, but someone who I know who races here often also agreed. The carts did seem to get a little worse since the last time I was here. One thing that I'm struggling with here, and I've noticed I've struggled with throughout the time that I was at this track when I was filming, was that on that uphill after the first turn, I have a little bit of trouble gaining speed. I think it's my exit out of turn 1 that was messing me up and causing me to go a lot slower than I should have been. So that's something I'm going to work on for next time. Another thing I'm noticing while watching this over is that I look really fast through a lot of the corners on one of my laps, and then 1 or 2 corners I just don't hit it well, and it messes up everything, and it really goes to show you how precise you have to be with everything you do in this sport. So that was the end of my first session. I'm just slowing down here so I can go back to the pits. I didn't do too well, but like I said, I haven't been here in a while, but also the carts have gotten a little worse. And that was only my first session, so I was ready to go back out and give it another go. Last time I went to this track, I also had this cart, and it was super stiff, and unfortunately, it was the same today. It literally hasn't even been 20 seconds, and I'm already having issues with this cart. I honestly don't think it looks as bad as it was on camera, but I was having to use my entire arm strength just to turn a slight bit through every single corner, and that's the same issue I had last time, and I wound up getting pretty hurt afterwards just because it took so much force and I was just exhausted, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to deal with this for the whole session. Can I switch? It won't turn. Alright, thank you. Luckily, this employee let me switch my cart, and that's proof it literally would not turn.
Hop in 34, it's the first one to come out.
Alright, thank you. Don't mind the previous lap time, that was just because I went in the pits and they never stopped my session. I was so used now to the cart not turning enough, so since this one was a little bit oversteery, yeah, that's why that happened. I'm really glad that I asked to switch carts because if I hadn't, I probably wouldn't have ended up with this time, and that was my best of the day.
So good practice.
There's honestly nothing I really have to say about this session, so I'm just gonna let it play. Alright, so we wound up with a 35.202 for the best of the day. Definitely could have been better, but considering everything, it wasn't that bad. I'm alright with that, and I don't know, I love this track, so happy I got to go, and I'll see you guys all next time. MK Racing out.